Andrew, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Rhet, thanks for having me.
Excited to have you on the podcast. Before we get jumping into all the ATM stuff that we have to talk about, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Andrew Soto. I'm the product director here for the retail products here at Hyosung. I've been with Hyosung for going on 13 years now. I'm based here in Dallas, Texas. Our headquarters office is located in Irving, just about 10, 15 minutes from me, but that's where I'm at today.
So, what roles have you had? You've been there 13 years, and you're the product director now. What roles have you had before that?
A bunch. So I started out as an intern, and my internship was in the parts department. So my job was to list parts on the website, work on our distributors to help them through orders. You know, upload new parts to that website. Just really keeping that website up to date and in the parts department. Moving along. Once I kind of did that stint and they hired me on, I joined the retail inside sales department. So I was supporting our sales folks here and helping accounts like yourself in the daily activities that we have. And then I got a little crazy and went into the FI. I went to the dark side, went into the FI world and worked with our distributors on the FI side. So I got some experience over there. And then a crazy thing happened, and we thought, hey, it might be a good idea to send Andrew on the road to go sell ATMs to banks in Texas. And so they gave me some car keys, and I drove around Texas for a year and a half, 2 years, and knocked on doors, cold call, and try to sell some ATMs to our Texas banks, just to really learn about the market and see what's going on. So from there, I went to the channel side, and I was supporting our FI channel partners as a account manager, and I had an opportunity. The leader at the time gave me an opportunity to say, "Hey, you know a lot about the products. I think that's a strong suit for you, and I think you could really help out in working with product development team and coming up with the next solution." So that's kind of how I got it to this position now. So I did FI product marketing for a couple years, and then I was like, man, I really miss the retail market. I'm always watching from afar. I'm like, man, I miss it a lot. I see a lot of things similar happening in retail that FI kind of went through, and I'm like, I'm going back. I want to focus on retail, and I told my manager at the time that that was a focus I wanted to have, and here we are, just focusing on the retail products and supporting our customers here.
We're happy to have you back. You're definitely a staple in the industry, and you've been around about as long as I have. So I haven't known Hyosung without you being there. So thanks for all you do for the industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the reasons that we wanted to have you on is because Hyosung recently had a roundtable event, and some of us were lucky enough to go and take part of that. But I know it wasn't. You didn't want to just hear from us. You wanted to kind of hear from the whole industry. So, kind of tell us about what that meeting was about and what your goal was for that meeting.
Yeah, yeah. So, as a company, we get so tied up in the different things that go on, and it's sometimes we lose track of the different markets and leadership changes and things like that. So we really wanted to pivot back over to retail and see what's going like where are we doing good at, where are we not doing good at, what are some things that are happening in the retail industry, and that's from the CEO here really wanting to understand what's going on in the retail market. So he wanted us to put together an event to bring in our best partners with the experience, and the way we kind of approached it was, you know we 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 could always invite the largest of the groups, the biggest operators, but we brought in some smaller operators, some mid-size and some large operators, and from different sides of the country as well, to really get it from all sides and hear what everybody's frustrations are, or try to hear where there's some growth opportunities with everybody, and just a really solid event. I love doing those, and I'm really glad we had that event. We got a lot out.
Yeah, I think it was great. And one of the things I did have a couple larger customers ask me, "Wait, why didn't I get to go?" And I think I'm glad you addressed that because you wanted, feet on the ground, and you
Yeah,
wanted to kind of hear all different types of angles. And I would say, you had distributors, customers, ISOs, tiny guys, big guys, and it was good to get all the different perspectives because everyone's a little bit different. And so
yeah. I mean,
I
we
did
had
enjoy that.
yeah, it's almost 20 to 30 folks in there, and I think if we expanded even more than that, it would just been hard to manage. So that I think it was a good, just the right amount of folks out there, and part two of that, so we had our meeting, we got the some action items out of the meeting. I think in October we were ready to kind of share at NAC, what improvements did we make since then? We addressed some of those concerns. Here's the updated roadmap and things like that. So I think we're still working on it, but Bruce there at NAC is gonna help us put together some time to be able to visit with customers and kind of share our findings and updates. So if you're not going to NAC, please go and you can join our little roundtable we're gonna have again there. So
Were there anything that they brought up at the roundtable that was repeated that you were kind of surprised with, or anything?
You know, it's not really, I hear it every day, it was really really for management to kinda understand and, really hear it directly from the customer. I hear it every day, so,
Yeah.
it's nothing new. Yep, we had a we had some recurring things, some of these things that we may have already addressed, but we just didn't get the communications out, so but yeah, there was some same recurring things that came up.
And do you think it will change the Hyosung's roadmap on how they're going to do things going forward?
Oh, absolutely. So every week, so we go through daily, which is phenomenal. I'm so glad we're able to have the whole company on this kind of this situation. So every week we go through the voice of the customer. We're looking at those things you addressed. How are we fixing them when we're doing them weekly? So it's changing the way of how people order parts, how warranties handled, how our tech support answers the phone. We're doing scorecards on how did the call go with our technician today? Did were you satisfied? There's gonna be reports after calls. So it's completely shaping up our organization to handle retail because it is different than handling our FI customers. It's
Hmm.
these are entrepreneurs. These are folks that depend on this solution, for their livelihoods and being able to answer calls and make sure that parts are available and things like that immediately is critical. So
Yeah.
we did have to adjust our business to handle retail separately.
Yeah. FI and retail is two separate worlds. I've realized that just hearing, our sister companies talk, I don't even understand what they're talking about
What
compared to the
what
retail side.
what do you see how comfortable, Cooper is now? I mean,
Yeah.
he's grown his hair back now, and he's
Yeah.
relaxed, and he's
Just nice, chill. Yeah.
just a chill guy now.
Well, at the roundtable, I guess we'll bring this up as well. NFC, that's been kind of a topic for the last 4 or 5 years. Now, I'm sure everyone understands that the pricing was decreased, but can you tell us, is that ready to go? Is that if people buy it with it on the machine, are they going to be able to use it and tap their card and make it work?
Yes, yes. So, the pricing adjustment is completely done. The upgrade kits that's now listed on the website. It's ready to go. Upgrading an ATM when you order it with NFC is also updated. So yeah, those two things are good to go. We're adding a few new kits. I think today we had the Halo and 4, but we had every upgrade kit available for the current lineup. But when you order a new ATM, like the 5400, you didn't have the option. So that's actually being added here in the next week or two. I think what was the other model? I think that was the last one to go. But yeah, there was just one model missing the upgrade kit on when you order a new. But yeah, all the kits are added, listed. Price has been adjusted. Yeah, and we're still on the card tap. The processors still need to work on the mobile wallets and things like that. I know it's a tricky thing to figure out, but I hope they can figure it out soon so folks can take advantage of all forms.
Yeah, it's almost, all other aspects of life you can just tap, and that's how young kids are used to paying. I mean, my kids just carry their phone around. They don't even know what cash is really. So, if we could get that working, that'd be nice because I think a lot of people just have their phones now in their
Well,
pocket.
I know it's a big deal for operators that the phone tap is not working right now, so they're kind of
Hmm.
waiting. But I think it's important to do it anyways because I mean, what we're seeing is these machines are starting to pick up NFC transactions from card tap. That means people that's much less usage on the card reader. I mean, the card
Yeah.
reader is being used, that those aren't going in the card reader anymore. So your machines your card is gonna last a little longer. So I
Exactly.
think we should still do it. It'll come one day. It's just a matter of figuring it out with the banks. I think it's really the bank card holder banks that are holding the processors up. So
Yep.
they'll,
Yep.
they'll get behind this, and we'll figure it all out. So
Cool. Well, we've talked a lot about. I think that it's the Kajera, it was the Pivot, the Kajera. Now it's the Series 4 is what we're calling it.
yeah,
It has cash recycling, cash in, bill remittance, cash to digital. What opportunities on that machine are working today and which are coming in the future, and how long is that going to be?
yeah. So the functions like I think like bill pay, bill break. Obviously, the ATM withdrawal side, I think you call it universal bank deposit, or I can't think of the term of it. But being able to withdraw from like bank accounts, larger institutional ones.
Like
So
the co-op kind of, right?
kinda, yes, yeah,
Kind of like
exactly.
the co-op. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
so those functionalities are ready to go. Software-wise, they were the sports betting, that side of it. So being able to
Yeah.
deposit into a sports betting account, not actual sports betting, but you're able to load an account, yeah. So those functions are ready and, they work. They're instant. It's kinda crazy. When you deposit cash into a sports betting account, it's like lightning fast, and I am really impressed by, the functionality of it all. So some challenges that you gotta figure out is just the the management of the cash, the CIT things, finding vaulters, we're dealing with the bank. So those are things that are kinda holding this all up that we're trying to solve through. So, the functionality of it all is there. It's just a matter of figuring out the operational side of it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have talked about, that being the future, the kiosk, which
Mhm.
we've already seen it in a lot of locations. But some people say, it's a little complicated. It's not going to be for every single location. Do you think there's still a space for just your, standard retail cash out? I
Hun
personally
hun
do,
100%.
because I don't think that every location is going to have a kiosk in their plate. It's too expensive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is unique though. It's very similar to what happened in banking. Is we have like a basic model, a hybrid model, and a fully like crazy functional ATM, and we separate the banks like, okay, you have your traditional bank, and then your bank who wants to invest for the future, and then you have your credit unions who are like, I want to invest in technology. I want the latest and greatest. I want member experience to happen. That's the same thing with the C stores. You have your traditional C stores that won't ever change, and then you have these guys that are looking for the next biggest thing, and then just some folks that just want to make more revenue out of the machine. So I think that's kind of what's going on. You just have your types of owners, store owners, things like that will push the envelope and things like that. So you have your operators who won't touch it, so they want to
Yeah.
stay simple and make have life continue as they're used to. So I think that's kind of the layout of it.
Awesome. Okay.
But
Well,
but I did we will go to the NACS conference, the convenience store deal.
uh-huh.
And I'll sit in the booths and kind of look at the convenience stores I pass by, and the mom and pop shops that have one or two stores, they're looking at the stuff.
Yeah.
And then you have the big box stores that are also looking at it. So they all have the same issues, and it doesn't matter how big the store is. It's just a matter of the type of owner that owns it. But yeah,
Yeah. And what they're wanting to do. Yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
Well, you've been involved with a lot of product development over the years. Looking back at the last 5 years, what's one of the products or innovations you're especially proud of that you've been either a part of or that Hyosung's done?
Oh, man, I got two.
Okay.
Because I don't want to just talk about FI, but
Yeah.
on the FI side, it was ridiculous what we did there. What was that? It was probably 7 years ago. There was this crazy talk of the ATM at the bank being able to pay a loan, withdraw over $500, you could withdraw 2,000, 3,000, pay a credit card bill, recycle cash. We had this idea. We developed a software. We rolled it out to banks, and we were the first to have that all of that happened in self-service by certifying our ATM to connect to bank cores. And we were the first to do it. And we completely, signed up customer after customer, and it was just like we actually were able to succeed and do that. It was mind blowing, and I think I saw the first one, and it was like this. how are people gonna be able how are we gonna be able to replicate this? This was pulling teeth, this was the biggest project I've ever seen in my life. And, fast forward to today, we're, 2, 300 banks out there that have this kinda really advanced software. But part 2, my other favorite one was the Force. I think the Force was a really cool project that I worked under, a mentor of mine, Jason Kuhn, when we was developing the Force. So to see somebody who knew the industry that well to actually design and build an ATM based on the market and add these silly things like a little bracket to hold your modem or a light to shine in the vault for your loading cash. And then just seeing those simple little things like answer the need for an operator and absolutely, lift off a product was really, really uh, cool to see. And I try to think about those days in anything we do today. So
I think that doing the little things, it sounds kind of silly or just a little thing, but I think that's what goes a long way for the customers. They all expect a machine to dispense cash, but it's those little things that you're trying to find a solution to their problems that goes a long way for customers, you know?
yeah, yeah, it did. It really did.
Are you working on anything, any new releases that you're going to announce anytime soon?
I think some just updates in general. I think right now we want to get better at just taking care of our current business and supporting customers. We want to be really good at that. So really on the operational side is kind of what we're working hard on. I think obviously our website things like that are going to be updated. Our tech supporter teams already being revamped and stuff like that. We're really looking at taking a step back, getting things right, and being able to look at the future of things on being able to support a customer so the best way possible. That's our really goal right now.
It's awesome. That's exciting. And I look forward to October to see how far you guys have come, you know?
I
Well,
mean, on this call we have every week, our CEO's on that call. He's sitting there, and it's an hour. Sometimes it's an hour and a half. Usually it's an hour, but we're going line by line. How we doing? Where we're at? And it's really cool because I mean we'll have tech support there, sales, product, operations, and man, we'll pull up silly emails from customers of like some silly thing that happened. Like, why did this happen, guys? And we're all looking at it at the same time versus emails that are just going in, going to a junk box, and just not really taking it in and trying to figure it out what the solutions are and handling problems right as they happen. So it's been a really cool exercise, and I'm glad we're doing it for sure. So,
that's awesome. Yeah, because customers in this industry, especially on the retail side, they want it done yesterday.
oh yeah, uh,
They
yeah,
can't wait.
yeah.
Well, what's one piece of advice that you'd give retail operators? Anything you've seen that you would, mistakes you've seen made or things that you've seen that have worked out for other operators?
Network with people is huge, I think, in this industry. So I think find some good friends in the industry to help you through is probably the biggest one.
Um,
Yeah.
well, man, I really appreciate you. We'll do some rapid fire questions to end it. Okay,
Okay.
these are some fun ones.
Nice.
What's your favorite vacation spot?
I've been thinking about this one, but I got a dumb answer. I mean, I think it's just that we have an annual trip with my dad in Corpus Christi. It's not the most prettiest place in the world. It's on the ocean side, Gulf side here in Texas, and we just the fishing, the golf, just everything's incredible. I think it's also the people we always go with every year. I could choose Hawaii, I could choose Florida, wherever, but man, the Corpus trip's always my favorite. Just with the boys and we're fishing and eating good, man.
Sometimes it's who you're hanging out with,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Favorite road trip go to snack?
I I had to say I don't like going there, but I have to. My wife usually is the reason we got to go. But we have to stop at Bucky's every time we go down. It's a big thing here in Texas, and gotta get the beaver nuggets and some beef
Oh yeah,
jerky, and that's my
yeah,
go-to. We have a Bucky's on every route out of Dallas now, so that's our stop, and that's what we're getting.
awesome. All right, let's say coffee or energy drinks.
I'm an energy drink guy. I don't drink coffee. I have a white monster every morning,
I got
and
a Red Bull sugar free every morning, so
yeah,
people
yeah,
give me crap about it, but I just can't stop, you know?
can't, yeah.
All right, well, last one. What hobby do you wish you had more time for?
I'd probably say like either the art or the photography thing. I was picking up photography there for a while. I used to paint back in when I was in college and high school, and do miss those days. I do handle some of the camera work here at the office, and I do still get some cool times to shoot some cool stuff. But yeah, I wish I could have a little more time for those kind of things.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. I'm
Yeah.
learning something new today, Andrew.
And
Well,
we knew each other for how long?
yeah, 13 years, but I guess not long enough to know that you liked art. But
Right.
well, thanks so much for taking time. We really appreciate what you do for the industry, and just keep doing what you're doing, Andrew.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, and I appreciate what you do in the industry, Rhett,
Yeah,
having this podcast
awesome.
and putting out good stuff out there, man. So I really appreciate you having me.
All right, man. Anytime. Everyone, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks, everybody.